Hello YouTube, my name is Callum and today we're out in New Zealand, which is an absolutely beautiful country, and I've got myself a 1993 Toyota Hilux Surf which we're going to be taking out into the mountains today for a nice nomadic drive. So let's do it. Right, so under the bonnet we've got a 3-litre 4-cylinder engine. Probably makes about 90 horsepower, but it sounds pretty good. And it's the perfect kind of car to be taking Nomad in the mountains. So about 2 months ago I used to live in Bradford, and I just really wasn't happy with the way things are going in the UK, and I couldn't really see a positive future. So I've decided to start nomading and going across the world to see if everywhere's like home, or if there's places that are actually nice and livable. I don't know much about the government of New Zealand. I'm not really interested, to be honest, but just driving around, this is an absolutely gorgeous country and no one could take that from them. And I'm someone who really loves driving. I just like to drive absolutely everywhere, so to have this kind of scenery in my back door is just priceless, just an amazing thing. It's been quite a strange transition going from kind of a newer Mercedes to a car that's literally older than me. This car is 33 years old, I'm 23, so that's pretty crazy. But it handles really nice, it's very enjoyable drive, it's very comfortable, and the engine makes a really lovely purr. I used to have a V6 diesel Mercedes, and I didn't make quite as much noise as this, so I think that's probably because someone's deleted the muffler out the back. The steering is definitely something that's taken a bit of getting used to. It kind of responds to commands like a French bulldog. You know, it's not really interested in what you want to do. It's more like, yeah, maybe later, we'll steer this corner later. So you have to be quite hands-on. There's not so much point at go. And once you get to about 110 k's, or maybe like 65 miles an hour, 64, something like that, the car starts shaking, which is pretty funny. It's amusing. It's a different style of driving, definitely, but it's something I'm really enjoying. I've taken it out a little bit to some kind of rocky roads. I've driven it across like a very shallow river, and that stuff you definitely couldn't do in my old Mercedes. So it's peaks and troughs. There's benefits to these cars, there's drawbacks, but honestly I'm really enjoying it so far. It's like a part-time 4-wheel drive. It's 2-wheel drive most of the time, and then if you hit rough tracks you can put it into 4x4 mode, but it's not something you want to do permanently. It's really like an all-terrain vehicle. I think it's a testament to the quality of the vehicle that it could live for 33 years and it's still going strong. It only had one single owner in Japan, and I bought it with 130,000 kilometers on it, which is probably like maybe 90,000 miles. So it's really been treated kindly over the years, and it's ready to be abused by me, the new owner. But I'll check back with you when we get a little bit closer down into the mountains so you can get some nice views. Yeah, so there's just a certain sense of freedom you get out here when you're out in the mountains that, but someone as introverted as me, it's just absolutely amazing. Like, you can really clear your head and just kind of forget about all the nonsense that's going on in the world. Everything is just trying to bring you down, and when you're out here you're just alone with your own thoughts. It's something that's the driving brings me, but especially being out here in somewhere so beautiful definitely makes you that little bit better. So I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be staying in New Zealand. You know, it could be a year, could be 3, could be 10. No, I kind of I do see myself as a nomad now. Which kind of nowhere's my home. I'm always on the look, and you know, if one place goes tyrannical, I'm not really going to be too fussed about finding a new one to call home. So I've not done this alone. I moved out here with a good friend of mine and my now wife, who I met over the last few years. So that's been a absolute lifesaver. It makes the idea of just moving up and leaving a lot less daunting, you know. You can only fail so hard when you've got good people around you. I'm not really too worried about making friends or socializing. I just don't need to do that, which definitely takes the load off. It would be nice if we made some friends, but yeah, I'm honestly not too fussed. Well, I found that I've been 10,000 times happier since I moved here. It's only been like 2 months, but I just have this... The dark fog that was in my mind when I was staying in the UK it's just gone. It's just completely disappeared. I realise there's a lot more to see in the world than the United Kingdom, and if that wants to go the way it's going, then that doesn't have to be my problem. You know, I think it's quite unnatural for people to care about politics so much. So just finding a way to get away from that is ideal. It's been very easy to adjust to the roads here in New Zealand because they drive on the exact same side of the road as the British do. So transitioning to the roads it wasn't even a transition, it's the same. It's just a lot more beautiful. And there are places you can go to, like Wales and Scotland, that have a similar scenery to this. But they were very far away from where I used to live. I used to live in Yorkshire. So it's like all the features that I'm used to seeing have just been exasperated. Like I'm used to hills, now I've got mountains. So everything's just a bit grander and a bit more scenic. The sky's a lot bluer, and the place is also just a lot greener, which is actually really nice. And I think the vitamin D also is definitely making me a much happier person. I think we're all vitamin D deficient in the UK, and yeah, there's just an abundance of sun at the minute, probably because we're in summer. Maybe I'm not getting the full picture, but so far I'm very impressed, and it's definitely not comparable to UK summers. This is significantly warmer, more blue, less clouds. And there's also not that much wind that I've noticed. That might be because I'm in Christchurch. Maybe Christchurch isn't a very windy place compared to other places in New Zealand. But I've just noticed it's just very pleasant here so far. And another thing I've noticed is that people are more positive here. People are a lot less moody, and they're willing to kind of talk to you and entertain that, what kind of stuff. That was one of the biggest things I was escaping. I think everyone in the UK can kind of feel this gloominess over the tops of their heads. And that's just not a nice environment to be in, especially when I'm like, look, I'm 23 years old, I'm just coming into the world, trying to make a plan and see my future, and they honestly saw no future in the UK. It's not even just the price of houses, it's literally everything. Across the entire board, everything is just negative. I don't really have a conscious plan for this channel. I knew I wanted to make videos. I used to make videos when I was about 14, 15 years old, and somewhere along the way I got bored of it and I wasn't inspired anymore. But looking back, they were some of the best years of my life, so I want to just start a channel again, and it'll be for any purpose, just whatever I feel like doing on the day. Right now, the first thing that was obvious to me was driving, because I do it so much. I put thousands and thousands of miles on my car. So maybe just ranting in the car is going to be a good way of doing it, but we'll see what comes of it. But yeah guys, this was my first video driving around New Zealand. Hope you enjoyed it. I think there'll be more to come. Leave a like and subscribe. See ya.